So, good evening, everyone. It's my pleasure to be able to get on here tonight and just share a product that, I'll tell you, it's just been life changing for a lot of people. And we've got an incredible Facebook testimonial group that is just lighting up. There's new stuff in there every day. I dare say that this has been one of the most exciting and impactful products for me personally. I truly believe it's the best product I've ever taken. Um, I had the privilege of getting a little bit early, and thanks to Rhonda, and and so I'll share a little bit more about that story here in a minute. But I just want to tell you, I've been in this industry for over 20 years, and it's really hard to find something that really lights you up, really makes you go all in and get passionate. I mean, it's very rare that you find something that you set everything else aside for, and it doesn't happen very often. And so, I'm genuinely, I mean, I'm talking to people on the phone and they're like, Greg, we have never heard you this excited. And I'm a pretty level-headed guy. I don't get excited. I don't, but they can just hear it in my voice. And so, um, I've been around the industry. I've seen a lot of things. I've helped a lot of companies, and I truly wasn't looking for anything. And Rhonda kind of tricked me into. No, she had been posting some stuff on Facebook about this mysterious product, and a lot of times those don't really get my attention a whole lot because I'm like, I'll wait until somebody can tell me. But she kept, I kept an eye on it, and I kept seeing some stuff, and finally, I contacted her. I think the weekend they were at conference, and we started, sharing some information. At that point, she could tell me a little bit more, and I have to admit, like when she first told me there's this enzyme that can turn sugar into fiber, I had to take a double take. It was almost like, come again. And I know that I've been seeing that reaction in some of you all when I've been sharing it with you all. A lot of you have been like, there's no way. And then the other reaction I've been getting is, Greg, if this is true, it's game over. So I have a lot of people that are really genuinely excited about a product that we believe is going to be life changing for a lot of people. And so really excited about this. And so I just wanted to give my real quick testimony because you all will have plenty of time to interact with me, and I really wanted to give the ladies a chance to share a little bit about themselves and their journey, and how long they've been around here and doing things. But I've been taking the product for 7 days. I feel well rested. It's that kind of, you feel like get up in the morning, you have those days where you're like, I just got to go get things done. You just feel really good. And so I've been sleeping better. I don't have an appetite. I force myself to eat, and I don't have that midday crash where I want to, kick my feet up on the desk and take a nap, 10-15 minute nap to recharge the batteries. And more importantly, for a lot of you all, and this was the big thing that I was looking for, in 7 days, I have lost 5.5 pounds. And I'll tell you, I did not, before I got this product, I did not have a scale in the house. I went out the night before I started. I went out and I bought a scale so that I could document and take pictures, not of me, but of my scale, so that I could see, and because I don't remember yesterday, and so it's nice to have that picture so I can go back and look at it and say, yeah, these numbers are real. And so that's been my experience, and I've been sharing that with a lot of you all, and that's why a lot of you are here on the call tonight. And I apologize, I've got another person in the waiting room, but that's why a lot of you all are here, is because I've been sharing this story with a lot of you, and you all have heard the excitement in my voice, and a lot of you that know me really well know that that's, it takes a lot to light me up. So, but the first lady I want to introduce tonight is Rhonda. And Rhonda has just, she's been a breath of fresh air. She's made networking fun again for me. And in the past, it's just gotten so mundane and just a chore. And so I look forward to every day to, interacting with Rhonda and talking to people and things. And she's just been incredible. But I'm going to let her tell you a little bit about herself and her journey here with Tranont so far. So Rhonda, go ahead.
Thanks so much, Greg. I appreciate you so much. How many times in your career do you ever get an opportunity to reach out to somebody like Greg that's a career networker, a super sharp guy, and you don't even know him, and you have an opportunity to recruit him? Like, how many times does that actually happen, right? That you have something so powerful in your hands that you can recruit people you really don't know that well. So, and I've been in the industry for 25 years, and I've had but maybe 3 times in my career, I've had something so powerful in my hands that it was a trajectory for my income for the future. And when I first started hearing about this product, the product that we currently have with the Transform, I knew that, we could really change some lives with not only health, but with wealth in general. So I've been in the industry, like I say, for 25 years, and I've been full-time for 8 years now. And I came here looking to make some income. I didn't know Tina Joy Carroll. I didn't know her, but I knew of her. She's a very big presence on the internet or on Facebook, and I knew of her. She was in a previous company I was in, and I had stage 4 cancer in 2021, and I ended up with about $50,000 worth of debt, and I had just lost all my confidence. I mean, I've been a multi-6-figure earner. I've been a top money earner in companies before. I've made the money, but I had gotten to a place where I just was struggling and couldn't even nothing was working. And I reached out to her, and she looked like she was having fun, and I just said, I want to know what you're doing and share some information with me. And even when she shared how good she was doing, my confidence was just so low that I really just didn't know if I could do it again. And she put her arms around me and introduced me to her business partner, and they assured me that I could do it again. And they shared with me their journey so far in the company, that their experience they'd had. And when they told me what was happening with their income, and they invited me to a Facebook testimonial group, I knew we had something really special here. And so even with not much confidence, I just decided to give it a go. And I started on March the 6th. And I really wasn't assuming anything about anybody. I just started inviting people to a testimonial group that's now grown by about 45,000 people, by the way, with the top 3 products we had at the time, which are amazing products. And our business just literally took off.
Rhonda, we're not hearing you now for some reason.
Really?
Yep.
Can you hear me now?
We heard you say took off. That was the last.
Okay, our business.
Yeah, we can hear you now.
Okay, cool. Our business just took off because of so many things, really. I mean, the company's been in business for 10 years, so it's not a new company. It's not just a one-hit wonder product that's coming in and it'll go out. I think there's a ton of stability. We actually got to meet the owners at what's called Ruby Base Camp about a month ago, maybe 6 weeks ago now, which was an amazing experience to spend the weekend with the 3 owners and their wives and get to know them. So that was really a lot of fun. And, when you meet owners, normally you don't meet them till you get to like a diamond level and you're making a bunch of money. But these owners invited us to come in even at a mid-level in the company, and they wanted to get to know us. And that spoke volumes to us about the kind of people that they are. So I love the fact that we've got owners that really care about the field, and they totally listen to you. I mean, we've had a great amount of communication back and forth, and you feel like you matter here. And that's one thing that in the last company I was in, I didn't feel like I mattered. Like nothing, I didn't think that anything I would say would matter to the company, or any of my input would matter. So that's been really cool here, to feel like you matter and feel like you belong. And then when we saw the pay plan, and we were able to make like close to $10,000, a little over $10,000 our first 3 weeks, which is not the most I've ever made. I'll just say that. But I came from a really low place of confidence. And that was like a breath of fresh air to me to be able to make that kind of money because I hadn't made that in a long time. And I knew that the pay plan was going to be strong. And Tina really paved the way for us. She's now just done crazy things with her income. And I always tell her it's just paving the way for us to know what's possible. So that's been a lot of fun to partner with her to see what she's been able to do. She's been here, 14 months now. And so, you look for those boxes to be checked. You want good customer service. You want the pay plan to be there. And of course, strong products that make a difference in people's lives. When you have the product that, like we have with this Transform product, that's literally a first to market product that's got science and research behind it. And it literally can save people's lives. And we can't make medical claims here, but I mean, you know the value of lowering sugar in your body. It has been crazy the stories that have happened in a very short amount of time. So, moving forward, there's no telling what kind of stories we're going to have. We have to be so careful with compliance because we've got such a great product. And then I think our culture, the people that we all work together, cross line even, we do power hours 1 to 3 times a day and we work together. And that's been really refreshing to be able to do that and really just have a lot of I guess sharing of ideas. And I've really never done that in a company before, but that's been a lot of fun. And Tina's a master at social media training. So that's been really cool that she put together a system for us to be able to duplicate to help people launch their business. So anyway, I'm going to introduce Tina. I know she didn't have a ton of time to be on, but I want to introduce her really fast. She is a multi 6-figure and now 7-figure income earner in our industry. And if you've not seen her on Facebook before, you definitely want to go take a look. And she's done some really cool things and wonderful Christian person. And she has done every single thing she said she was going to do to help us grow our team. She's been a great business partner and really, like I said, has paved the way for us all to know what's possible in a company where we have a first to market product. And she's doing crazy things with building her team. So Tina, I'd love for you to share a little bit about your background and what attracted you here and what's been happening so far in your business.
Yes, I would love to. Thanks so much for having me on. I'm really excited to be here. I have to give back to Rhonda. You guys are just in the presence of network marketing royalty with her. She is unreal as a leader. She launches more effectively than just about any leader I've ever seen. And she can teach you how to get behind the scenes. Have you ever looked at someone's profile on Facebook and thought, how are they ranking so much? Because you don't see much on their profile. It's because of what Rhonda does behind the scenes. She's talking to people like the old fashioned way, like actually talking to people. And so I've learned so much through her, and it's just been a great partnership and turned into a friendship. And we got to spend some great time in Vegas together, which was a lot of fun, and go to Eric Worre's house together, which was just a ton of fun. So I'm really, really excited. I feel super blessed that she chose to partner with me. So I'm just going to share a little bit of my journey with you, why I chose Tranont, what we have our hands on, and what that's looked like as far as numbers. I was taking some notes and doing some looking at my back office so I could give you some real-time numbers, because I know that I like that as a businesswoman and an entrepreneur. I want to know like the numbers, what this looks like. And so I got into network marketing about 7.5 years, well, a little over 7.5 years ago now. I was the biggest skeptic of this industry. I was absolutely not interested. I was someone that quietly made fun of the people who did it. Even my friend who messaged me and she was getting into a company, I was like, that is ridiculous. Don't do that. Like, those people are ridiculous. Please don't do that. And then she didn't give up on me. She would message me every so often and say, I really think you should take a look. I really think you'd be good at this. And I was like, I'm not doing your pyramid thing. And it was just sweet that she would ask me, but I was always politely telling her no, until one day I realized something. I was watching her and these women doing this, and they were with their children and they were with their grandchildren during the day, and they were able to vacation when they wanted and do what they wanted with who they wanted, whenever they wanted. And I was in a job where I had 2 weeks of vacation. It's not that I didn't love the job. I was really good at the job. I made 6 figures at the job, but I was definitely had no freedom. And so that is what caught my attention. And so I decided to call her, and I was like, okay, I give, tell me what this thing's about. And so the rest is history. I would love to tell you I had smashing success from day one, but that wasn't the case. I failed miserably for 13 months. I actually spent more money than I made, but I learned a lot of great lessons in that year. And one thing that I understood super early on in my career was that most people quit. And so it just occurred to me. So all I have to do every day is just show up one day longer than the people that quit. And so that's really what got me through in that first year when I was struggling so badly. And then I also just understood consistency would beat talent. All I had to do was just show up consistently every single day. The compound effect of that would literally transform, no pun intended, my entire life. And it did. And so here we are. 7.5 years later, I am on track now, which is just so crazy to say. I get a little emotional even talking about it, to be $1 million a year earner, not just a 7-figure earner overall. And that was just from smart moves. I call them money moves. And just like Greg was saying, you know, sometimes you see something and you just know it's going to be powerful. But what I want to tell you is, but long before Transform came along, I came to Tranont because of the vision that they had for the future and how willing they were to pivot if and when things like Transform crossed their path. And so long before Transform came, and I made a decision that I was going to leave my former company, I didn't even know where I was going to go. I made a call to my friend Rob Sperry and I said, hey, I don't know where I'm going. I just know I'm leaving and I need you to put me like in touch with a few places that maybe would be a good fit for me, because everything I know about, I don't want to go to. And so Tranont was one of those places. I'd never heard of it. I was like, what is this place? And I'll be honest, my first reaction when I seen the products, I was like, well, they're awful masculine. That was my biggest complaint, was that the products looked masculine. I'm just being real with you. But they worked. And so they were amazing. And so I'm just going to tell you a few of the things that I really loved about Tranont long before Transform came along was, and Rhonda already spoke to some of these, but systems are really important to me. I worked one-on-one with Ray Higdon for 10 months in 2020. Because I was struggling. I had a revolving door of associates in my business, and I just did not know what I was doing wrong. And I was exhausted from it. And I just couldn't duplicate myself. And I didn't understand why I couldn't. And what I learned really quickly was that I had to have very simple systems that the newest person with no experience could come in and get a result. And so when I was looking for a new home, I knew what a system had to look like and how simple it needed to be. So that was number one. That had to be in place. Number two, there had to be an ATM system, which just simply means there had to be groups already in place that had testimonies in them where we could share those testimonies with the masses. Number three, comp plan. People can say it's not about the money. I'm not one of those people. I'm here to make money. And so the comp plan had to pay fairly. And I thought across the board, I didn't want it to be heavy loaded for leaders where the people that were just coming in were making no money. And I didn't want it to be so heavy loaded on the front end that you couldn't make long-term residual. And so what I found was a very fair compensation plan. And one thing that really I couldn't unsee when I seen it was our base pay at each rank. There's no emotional gymnastics at the end of the month. You know exactly what you're going to make when you hit that rank at the end of the month. And it is really, really exciting. Leadership was really important to me. When I first was connected to Tranont, I was connected to Craig Cotter, our VP of sales. So I didn't even know any of the leaders or where I was going to join. I did know I wasn't going to join next to corporate because I did want leadership between me and the top. And the reason being is that we're all different. We all have different leadership styles. We all teach different things. And I really wanted my team to have several people that they could plug into, so that if my teaching style wasn't necessarily for them, there'd be 3 other amazing leaders above me that they could plug into so that people could find the success they were looking for. I definitely wanted a corporate staff that was willing to listen to the field. We're the ones out there getting the results. And so I wanted a corporate staff that was willing to listen to the field. It doesn't necessarily mean that they take all of our advice and do it, but they do most of it. And that was really important to me. And then last but not least, products. The products had to work. They had to be high impact. We are in a world where, can you mind muting that, Greg, that line?
No problem.
We're in a world where people can get products anywhere. Every other person on social media is selling something. There's ads all over the place. Everywhere you go, you're being bombarded with things that you can purchase. And so we had to have products that people got a result with and got a result with quickly. And so that was really, really important. And I found all of that at Tranont. And so I came without Transform. I came because I understood the vision. And even before Transform launched or before we got it, I'd already built the biggest business of my career. I'd already had my highest income earning months before this product even arrived. And I say that because I want you to understand the stability that we had before this product got here. Because I came from a company where we had a very viral product, but everything else was broken. And when that viral product died off, so did the business. I went from making $40,000 a month to $2,800. It was humbling to say the least. And so I was very intentional about making sure that I joined a place that was stable and that we could build on a solid rock foundation. And I found that here at Tranont. And so now let's talk a little bit about Transform. Back about 10 weeks ago, they called and they invited me to come out to Utah. And again, if you've been in network marketing long enough, you've been told that there's going to be this life-changing product, and you're like, oh, sure it is. And so I was cautiously optimistic going into this meeting because I just wasn't sure what they were going to tell us. Not that I didn't believe that they didn't believe it was awesome, but how awesome would it really be? And so we were sitting in the room, and I'll never forget when they told me what it did, tears filled my eyes. And I'll share more why. Back about this time last year, I started having some issues. I didn't really know what it was because I wasn't going to a doctor to get it checked out, but I thought it was my blood sugar dropping. And so I just never addressed it. And it would happen about once a month. And then I decided, for those that don't know, I've lost about 100 pounds and I just radically changed my health. I work out, I have a trainer. And so I decided I was going to do a fitness competition. Like that was going to be the next level thing for me. And when I did that, it like woke this sleeping giant in me. And suddenly I was having these drops more often. And so much so that I decided that maybe it wasn't the best time for me to do this fitness competition because I was so sick. So long story short, I did not know how bad off I actually was. My highs in my blood sugars were over 200. My lows were under 40. When I got my glucose monitor, it was scary, y'all. It was super scary because if you'd have put me in a lineup with 10 people, I would have been the last person that you thought needed this product. And I actually did need it. And so I got Transform. I started taking it. And you guys, I'm happy to report I've only had one blood sugar drop. And that was just because I ate something that I just was absolutely not aware of what was in it and how much sugar was in it. I was it's one of those things where they say it's healthy and it's not kind of thing. It has completely changed everything for me. I'm losing weight. I'm sleeping better. My gut health is better. I feel better because I'm not having the spikes and the dips all the time. And with that has come the most incredible growth I've ever seen in my career. We're on my team specifically. I'm not talking about the company. I'm talking about from Tina Joy Carroll down. My team specifically is tracking to do 1.4 million in sales this month. We're bringing in 75 to 100 people a day in my organization. The number of people that are earning over $2,000 and $3,000 in their first 30 days, I've never seen anything like it anywhere. It's just absolutely incredible. And honestly, you get to be a part of something that was already beautiful before this product came, already stable before this product came. And now you get to be a part of this with gasoline poured on top of it. So thank you, Greg. Thank you, Rhonda, for having me on tonight. I want to stop because I know we only got 8 minutes left. I would say so much more, but I know we only got the 8 minutes left.
No, I appreciate that. And, it's so powerful whenever you can bring stories of people that were having success in the company before they came out with this incredible product. One of the things that a lot of people like about this is there is the stability of a 10-year company, that's paying checks. I don't know how many times, I know a lot of people share this. We've built things and, on the anticipation of getting a check sometimes on a startup and then, it just never happens. And so it's really a very unique situation we're in where we have a revolutionary new product that is going to change a lot of people's lives, but the stability of a long-term company that you can just, rest on and know that they're going to be there, they're going to pay, that you can build and not worry about it going away. And so it's really a blessing to be here and to be part of this company because it just doesn't come around very often. So I appreciate everybody being here tonight. Rhonda, did you have anything you wanted to share real quick? I saw you come off mute. So
I just would love for, if you guys haven't seen already, our testimonial group called the Ripple Effect. It's the most powerful um, group that I've ever seen to help you see, kind of how powerful this company is with the product line. I've had people that had no intentions of building a business, or really didn't even know why they got invited there, that started taking a look around. Like today, a high school friend of mine that's never done network marketing, she starts looking around and says, I need this, this, and this. And I said, well, would you like to get it paid for and maybe make some money too? She goes, how does that work? And so I spent about 30 minutes on the phone with her today, and she's like a non-salesperson, but it occurred to her after seeing the stories that other people might like this product too, and that maybe she could recommend it too, when all she had to do was invite people to take a look. So I'm super excited about that group, and it's been probably the most amazing part of what's been here, with people that maybe have never had much success in the industry. Maybe they are not good at sales, to give them a way to, an avenue to build business just by inviting people to take a look.
Appreciate that, Rhonda, and that group is phenomenal. That's one of the things that we've been doing, is inviting people to that. But I know we're trying to keep this short. I know Tina's got another appointment, and so much appreciate you. I know you're extremely busy, and that just to take a little bit of time and spend with us. We're going to continue to grow and make an impact here. And love Rhonda. She's been phenomenal. Just so you all know, we are going to start doing some Zooms next week on a regular schedule. And it won't be this same Zoom link, but we will get it out to everybody with the schedule and what that's going to look like. So really looking forward to packing the house and getting this thing moving. So Tina, do you have anything else you want to say real quick? We got about 4.5 minutes.
Yeah, no, I'm just super excited, honored that you guys had me on. I'll tell one quick story really quickly before we jump off, since we do have a little bit of time. Back in January of 2018, I was presented with an opportunity, and it was for a CBD product. And the woman presented, I was already in network marketing. I was already a 6-figure earner, but I was super skeptical. I was like, I'm not even sure that's legal in Tennessee. I live in the Bible Belt. And so I just really put her off. Fast forward to September of 2018, I seen a girl that I knew from a previous company, and she had written $100,000 check for a vacation home in Orlando, Florida. And I was like, wait a minute, I know what she was doing in that company. There's no way she's earning that kind of money. So I went to go do some good old fashioned Facebook stalking. She was in that CBD company that I had turned down. I ended up joining that CBD company, ended up earning almost $1 million in that company. But imagine how much different that would have looked for me had I joined in January of that year instead of September of that year. So I tell you that story to say, timing does matter. It actually does. You could be at the front of something that literally hasn't even is just now shipping out of the warehouse into the hands of people. You could be at the front end of something I know will be the biggest thing I ever do in my network marketing career. And I would love to see each of you get to do that alongside me.
Appreciate that. And I will tell you, this is a foot race. This thing is spreading like wildfire. So don't sit on this. Action is what's going to get you where you want to go with this thing. So don't be surprised if you sit on it, that you're going to find out a lot of your friends already know about it. So I've not seen anything move this quickly, and that's why I've been in full action mode. So if you all need anything, let me know. We will, like I said, we'll get a Zoom schedule out. We'll let you know how it's going on, and hopefully we can help you grow your business, and we'll work as hard as you do. So just let us know how we can help. You all take care. Have a great night, and thanks for joining us.